Until the moment they received college admissions, they never thought that the next stop of their lives can be different. 3 years of classmates in high school, Zipu and Charlotte had spent blissful days in the same campus and trudged through the same application season. Yet, the sudden arrival of COVID halted their departure to the promised land. For the first time, the paths of gap year emerged in front of them, glittering uncertainty and chilly cold. What will happen to them on the uncharted road? Zipu is a young man of a romantic spirit who landed into an art-related occupation of a fashion model for an e-commerce store. Yet, it wasn't as easy as he expected.
So I'm in my freshman year, College of William & Mary. I went to Shenzhen at first place. There I found a part-time job which I tried on different clothes. There will be professional cameraman taking pictures of mine and I can get my commission from it. Well, many things not so worked well. Sometimes I even have to come up with ideas of my own. That is pretty hard for me and I've paid the price for that. So he was just maybe sometimes talking rude. He would say something like, oh no, you can't do this posture. Or even kind of shout at you.
Were there any moments of humanity within him?
I want to say at first that it was not his fault. It's just his job. I remember one time and I was extremely exhausted. So I sit beside the shooting place. All I want to is to drink some water. However, at that very single moment, the cameraman just walked by, give me a bottle of water. I don't think he actually cared about this. I didn't expect it, but this tenderness still moved me.
After the first job, Zipu decided to try something new when he saw a hiring post of a personal assistant. Although the job description was merely a secretary for a boss, but the actuality was much complex than it sounded.
It's kind of complicated. Well, why I use the word complicated? Because sometimes I need to find the documents he needs, sometimes I have to search something online, and I need to drive for him. So he frequently attend different kinds of occasions which he need to drink a lot. My boss is not a well-tempered man. He's going to complain. Really things happen on the road. They really have to know how to be sold. He's the type of guy who thinks something and will say it directly. Especially, like I said, when I pick him up from the restaurant when he was already drunk. That's the really dangerous situation. Not only I need to manage his temper, I also need to take care of his safety. I never see people like him before. My past years were surrounded by classmates, by teachers, by friends around my age. Like from the middle-aged man point of view, talking about like recent flow of economy. That's something quite new for me and I'm quite educated from it.
Charlotte was a quiet-looking girl, but her heart never stopped craving to explore. Trying out a waitress role was her way to experience the world.
So I'm Charlotte from Smith College. This 4 months where I was a part-time work at a restaurant. Mainly I do the servant job. For example, I will pass the mails to customers. I will take their orders. It was my first week there. I messed up a lot of things during this simple process. For example, I gave the wrong mail, or about once or twice I dropped the mail. From my position, I really want them to understand sometimes it's really some inevitable mistakes. Yeah, I was of course very sorry. Well, what I could do was just to apologize. Well, I will try my best to understand why they are feeling so bad or why they are kind of rude or aggressive to me. And sometimes I will ask myself why can't you do that? Why am I not good enough doing this work? also mentally feel hurted.
As the restaurant work ended usually early, Charlotte took on a second post, a volunteering subtitle editor for a cineast community.
Like I will go to a cafe or home to add subtitles to films. It's an unpaid interest group. I joined it because I wanted to learn some skill. I will add the timeline to the subtitles. Like sometimes our group leader will like say directly to me that you didn't finish your job, you need to be hurried, it has been a long time. And sometimes I like do it not because I'm lazy or something, it's just because I have other things to do. And for example, my part-time work in a restaurant, I can only apologize and try to like do my work as quickly as possible.
For Zipu and Charlotte, it took courage to walk out of the comfort bubble and to confront a world full of sharp edges. They stumbled as they ran the gauntlet of jobs, but they fought on. After a long day of tiring labor, how do they spend their precious time? When the night falls and the city quiets down, they would set sail on a healing journey of the soul. Books were the enchanted river for Zipu's heart, where he rode the waves into the past and stretches out to the future with renewed energy.
Sometimes I read in-class texts, sometimes I read novels, history. Before this experience, I never treasure it. So after a tiring day and you finally have some time to sit down with a book and with a hot drink, that's something I didn't expect to.
Charlotte, a dedicated language learner, enrolled in a Japanese course to roam the Great Plains of language and the way of life.
Learn a little bit of what I wanted to learn. Usually it's after dinner, I will join the online meeting and then I will grade my teacher, grade my classmates. We will do some kind of practices together. Also give us chances to speak Japanese by ourselves. All my classmates are like from other schools, job positions, taking the class together. We will have time to learn the same thing and overcome the same difficulties we meet.
For Charlotte and Zipu, it took courage to walk out of the comfort bubble to confront a world full of sharp edges. They stumbled as they ran the gauntlet of jobs, but they fought on.
If you ask me, will you be regret of going out, finding part-time jobs and exhausted every day, I will still choose to go. It's indeed a challenge, but it's worth trying.
I'm like really great that no matter what's going to happen yesterday, I won't mistake again tomorrow. Absolutely.
Zipu, Charlotte, and many international students were drifting on the sea in the remote. But as long as the lighthouse in the heart remained, no matter where the storm took them, they will go ashore transformed.